Alright guys, so we had recommendations to play the LT-432. I recently just put up a community post asking you guys what session would you like to see next. Give you 5 options. I think we're going to end up going with the T-52. That appears to be the one that got the most votes. Someone else recommended the 1390. I don't have it yet. I have the Batchat 12T. We're still working on that. I'd like to at least 2 mark this thing before I move on. But the LT-432 was recommended twice. And someone asked, like, how do I play this thing without being set on fire? Dude, just run with the modified configuration. I'm telling you, like, this modified configuration, I have not been racked or lit on fire one time in... I've played 1,000 battles in the LT-432, but since running this, I've never been lit on fire once. I dropped low noise exhaust for it. Yeah, it kind of makes the concealment questionable. You're at 38.78%. My crew is stacked with this thing because I have played a lot of battles in it. Full Brothers in Arms, situational awareness, snapshot, smooth ride, concealment, recon, concealment, intuition, repairs, off-road driving and all that, clutch braking, again, intuition and repairs, like whatever, man, we're running out of what are they called? Perks that actually do anything decent, if I could say that. And I've never 3-marked this thing, man. It's very difficult to 3-mark this thing because a lot of good players play it. I've gotten up to around, I think, like 89%. I don't think I've gotten any higher than that. 95% is 3,089, for example. If you look at the Batchat even, it's 2,584. I'll probably 3-mark this thing because if you know how to use the clip, you're good. In the Hawk 30, it's only 2,743, and the Hawk 30 has insane view range and really good damage per shot if you use the HEs. Let's just look at the Bulldog. It's only 2,000 on the Bulldog, so I'll probably definitely 3-mark this thing. The Even was one of the most difficult ones, but I did 3-mark this thing well before it got super popular. And you can see here that 95% is 3264. I'm at 87% right now. That gives you an idea. So LT-432, man, this vehicle is really powerful. It's really fun to play. It's basically like a tier 8.5. The only thing I don't like about it is the gun can be a little trollish on accuracy. Other than that, and it being lit on fire, so you do have to use the modified configuration if you don't want that to happen. The turret armor is decent, but it doesn't really have gun depression. So if you can get into some of these areas where you can use the turret, the armor the turret has, it has 160, it kind of works. But what's cool about this thing is that, see how small and slim the turret is? That's what makes it kind of trollish. And the cap isn't really that big either. So if you're at a decent distance, you can definitely like poke up and do ridge shots with this vehicle. I also like that the standards are APCRs. I don't like that the golds are APs, but it is what it is. The standards are APCRs, which is beautiful. I love that. And what else about this vehicle, man? I mean, the mobility is really good. The view range is fine. The concealment's fine, considering I'm not even running low noise exhaust. Everything else about this tank is decent, guys. It really is. It's a fun tank to play. I really argue that it's a tier 8.5, and we're going to give it a shot. So I haven't played this vehicle in a long time, just throwing that out there. I do run this thing with vents, rammer, and then the modified config on my city setup, they call it. And then I'm running CVS, modified config, and standard optics. Do I have any bounty equipment? I could throw, let's just throw bounty optics on this thing, I guess. I think it's becoming more and more common to run bounty equipment. I would play a tank with standard equipment, but it's like, if you guys use the battle pass, like you can get, even for free, I'm pretty sure you can get a, okay, I don't care about this. I'm pretty sure you can get a, can I just see this? Thank you. For free, you can get a piece of, maybe not this time around, but you can get a piece of bounty equipment. Oh, here it is right here. Yeah, for free, right there. You can select a piece. So if you go up to 45, it's easy, guys. You just have to play. That's it. You don't even have to purchase the improved pass, right? Get up to level 45 and you can get a piece of bounty equipment. So I don't think I don't think I'm going to be called names for running a piece of bounty equipment, right? So that's it. Without further ado, let's get into the game. You can see my elite level is like really high in this thing. I played a lot of battles in it. But yeah, man, I'm rusty. I mean, I have played today, but I have not played this vehicle, and I've been playing tier 6s a lot, because I was marking those vehicles. So, I don't know, man. We'll see how it goes, but I've had a really bad headache today, too, which is odd. It's rare, man. It's not even a headache. It's kind of like eye strain, I guess. So, I took 2 Tylenol. We're going to get through this session, and we'll be done with it. But yeah, you can definitely pick on things like even 90s with this tank, so it is pretty fun. All right, we're gonna go with the city setup. I'm also running it with Vent Purge. I don't know how much you can see here, but it's Vents, again, Rammer, Modify Config, and the Vent Purge. And we'll see how this goes. This is a tier 10 game, so we got to be careful here. I don't want to run into like the Batchat 25T in the mid. Hopefully we will get some support from maybe like the Cobra or the Char. Is somebody going to come to mid with me? I always like to go to the mid. And yeah, just run the modify config, guys. I'm telling you, like, there were some people in my comments on videos in the LT-432, like, Whirls, you're wasting a slot. Dude, no, you're not. If you've played this vehicle enough, you know it is a fucking matchbox. So run the modified config, guys, and that's it. Like, say nothing more about it. Throw the modified configuration on this vehicle, and I'm telling you, you'll be better off, and you'll thank me. AKA, you can thank me later. Run the fucking modified configuration, guys. All right, just run it. All right, I don't think we're seeing much here. I don't like to overstay my welcome here. I usually just come back, especially because we have no support here. And what happens is people get up here pretty quickly, and you have to watch out for that. So I'm going to run away from here. And I'm instead going to poke up in the mid, kind of. Hopefully we don't get, like, deleted by an FE 4005. Do they have one of those? They have a Jagdpanzer. I like to come, like, right here. See, from this spawn, you have, like, this rock, especially if you have a low-profile tank, although the LT sticks out a lot, so this might not be great. Kind of sit, like, right here and wait and see if we have shots here. Okay, Ho-Re's down below. But we have no support here, so I'm not going to try and do anything more than this. Just turn a little bit. I want to try and get, like, right on the edge like this. And then if someone comes up, we will likely spot them. Okay, these guys are down below. Okay. What else can we do here right now? Sometimes I like to check the right side as well. But there's like really not much going on here. I think we're going to do that actually. Let me check the right. This is one thing I don't like about the LT-432 is it's like a pancake. It's so wide that you just run into things like you're not even trying to, and you just run into shit. I like to go to this bush and just like poke like right here, see if I can spot anything. Abby's weird, man. Like, we didn't encounter anybody yet in the mid. This is a really weird game, IMO. I don't see anyone here. And they're kind of starting to win this side, so I don't want someone to poke up here either. Probably should have just went to the east or something. This is what I always do. I always come to the mid, but there's like nothing going on here. Yeah, someone's probably poking right here. Back here. That's probably what spotted me. I don't think anyone's sitting in here. I would have proxied them. Just gonna poke this one more time. I don't know. This is a really weird game, man. I don't even... I'll be honest with you guys. I don't know what the heck to do with this. I like to kind of sit here sometimes as well and just get shots going here. So you can do that as these guys come around the corner. Maybe. It's a freaking weird game, dude. There's the even. I want to pull all the way up and try and keep this guy proxied. So that's why I'm pulling up like this. He's backing away. We could easily get rushed in the mid here. I think I'm just going to start running away from here, honestly. Okay, interesting. Good thing I have repairs on this thing. Alright, I'm going to start running this way and hope that no one hits me from the back. Like the freaking even 90. Because this is just such a weird deployment, man. Yeah. Freaking AMX. Whatever, dude. Like, we just have no one here, man. Like, I don't know what to do with this. This is one of the weirdest deployments I've ever seen. Like, everyone went west, and if people didn't go west, they just camped the base. So it's like, what are we even supposed to do with this? poked out way too far. They're going to own the entire mid of this map. I think I'm going to go dark and just poke this corner right here instead. So I honestly don't know what else to do with this. This has been one of the weirdest games I've ever played on Abby. Usually there's a kind of a fight in the mid, but we had no support anywhere. So I'm trying to just adjust to where people are on the map. Gosh. Dude, this is a no bueno situation, man. I do not like this at all. I don't like this one bit. Okay, we're gonna go back to where the Scorpion is at this point. I'm gonna come out because I don't want to get spotted by the even. Oh, we just have to try and hold this. I mean, that's all we can really do right now. I'm going to go all the way around because I don't want to get spotted going up. Yeah, this is a loss all day, man. I feel like we could have adjusted to this better, but I just don't know what else to do on Abby, man. Honestly, I really don't. I'm just going to try and do as much damage as possible against the Foch, maybe. Can I pen this guy with standards in the cap? I can. I guess we just run towards the Super Conqueror. It's like, I don't even know what to do with this, dude. I'm just gonna run towards the Conch. I'm gonna go this way. What a weird game, man. This has been one of the weirdest games I think I've ever experienced on Abby. Like, ever. What a weird freaking game. Just in case it's the Yogg-Panzer that comes around first or something. Gotta face hug this guy because I know he's gonna try and clip me out. Okay, Rev is there. Can I get one more? Nice. Okay, whatever. 1400 damage. I'll take it, man. Some ramming on the AMX, but like, what are we supposed to do with this, guys? No support. We can't really brawl. Like, I could have went maybe with the heavies or something, or we could have tried to snipe on the east, but it's like, what the heck, man? You know, people left the mid wide open. I don't want to leave the mid wide open either, so... But to get 1400 damage out of that, I'm actually pretty happy. We got ramming damage on the 1390. I should have probably sat right here instead, because as I was sitting there, I'm thinking they're all probably going to go high. And they did, so. But whatever, man. Got 1400 damage. That's it. The Conqueror played really, really well. It's like an average player at best. So, okay, let's play the next one. I mean, what can you do with that, man? I mean, I'm sure there's Unicom players that'll look at this and go, you could have done X, Y, Z, but it's like, I don't know, man. It's Abby. Like, I don't really know a lot of hold-down spots on Abby to do much, and then El Haloof is like another one. Tier 10 matchmaking, too, both times. We're going to go with the scouting setup. I'm going to take this position over here and just try and poke this bush. Again, we don't have a lot of concealment, so we got to be careful. They got a Gorilla 15 and E4. Where this tank is really powerful is at tier 8. We've had these are tier 10 games, man, and it's like you're just not going to hold up against even like a 1390, man. 1390 can basically clip me out for all of my HP. I'm pretty sure. I think it hits for like high 300s and has 3 shells, right? So it's just going to do this. Spot the FV coming down. Already lit. This is the bad thing about running modified config. Like if you had bounty low noise exhaust, it might not be spotted here. Just watch the RD. Jeez, man. Can you all hit your shots? We got a little spotting on the FV. I'm trying to figure out who's spotting me here. Is it the FV? There we go. Just got to be really careful of the blind fire. I'm not sure what the 780 is going to do, but luckily we have some support here. We have a lot of support here, actually. Just trying to keep this FV lit, and this is why I don't go down here, guys. I don't care what any of my teammates say. See how the 780 is down here? Like, imagine me trying to fight the 780 right now. I mean, I could sit in a bush, but it's like, what's the point of sitting in a bush back here? You know, you're not going to spot anything. Just continuously spotting the 4202. Hopefully Artie can get shots. Unless he's going to... Artie really, arguably, should be focusing here. Because the ABC 1, 2, 3 lines is what matters the most. I mean, this look like pit area is useless, honestly. Kind of getting pretty comfortable here. I'm going to get really comfortable, and then I'm going to get freaking like one-shotted, lit on fire or something. Well, we can't because of the modified configuration. But you guys know what I mean. I don't want to get spanked by like Gorilla. As this guy comes up more and more, these guys should have shots. So I'm not really too concerned. I'm not going to try and support that guy. There's the even. Okay, I tried. I tried to hit him. Okay, now we're going to try and help this guy, I think, unless he's running all the way away. Yeah. I tried to counter the even, man. We failed, is what it is. Like, we can't counter an even, you know? You can't... I'm so tired of people, like, complaining about even 90s when I'm playing, like, a Hawk 30. Like, dude, I cannot counter that. I can't counter him. Are you crazy? There's Gorilla. Of course, man. We hit the gun. It's like, whatever. Yeah, there's not really much more we can do with this right now, to be honest. I'm going to need help from the S1. Okay, I think it's time to make our move. We might get wrecked, but I'm just gonna go for it. Let's go after the even. Okay, Okay, E50 shouldn't have a problem with him. And now we're going to push into the base. Hopefully we can get a little damage on the Strivas over here. Maybe the 704. Just go on auto mode. These have been really awful games, guys. I'm sorry. I just don't know what else to do with these, really. But this is the case, man. Sometimes I find myself having these games, and like, this is why marking tanks can be challenging sometimes, man. It really can be. I mean, we could have tried to brawl a little bit more, but not really good maps, man, you know? These aren't maps where you can get shots from a distance, kind of like Westfield or Muravanka or like any of those. Like, they're just tough, man. This is a brawling map. I would have liked to get like 1,000 damage on this map, but I'm just going to take one from the 704. Okay. Ram him. Okay. We can't even pen the side. We can't even pen the side. He bounces my gun. Russia. Miss him. Holy crap, man. What is this session? What is this session, man? 299.57. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. But is what it is, man. I mean, they're wins, right? They're wins, guys. Well, the first one's a loss. But, like, when you have bad games by stats, it's still a win, right? So, at the end of the day, this is ABC123 has to win on Al Haluf. So, there's really not much that I can do. I think we did kind of what we had to do. We proxied the 4202. We tried to counter the even. Another garbage map, man. Holy crap. I don't know what it is about my map rotation, but I can never get any good freaking maps anymore. Like, getting Prokhorovka, Westfield, Malinovka, it's like the rarest fucking thing in the world. I keep getting these shit-ass maps, dude, like, all day. On this map, what I usually do is keep my scouting set up, and I just go to this bunker. Like, I don't know what else to do on this map, but I feel like you want to put yourself in the field so that you can spot, right? Our 1357 seems like a really good player. So, yeah, maybe a reroll. 65% win rate, 2K battles. The win rate seems kind of high for his win 8, though. Wasn't even spotted from that. Look at these FSVs, man. I don't think this is the best idea, man. Let's see what they do. I'm gonna throw a shot right here. That actually looks like it went in. Yeah, it did. I would say the 1357 maybe could be the WZ. Just gonna ping it. Maybe the WZ. Let's go for another one. I can't tell, man. Maybe it did miss. Because it's hard to see. I gotta look like this if I'm gonna shoot again. Ooh, M12, M12. Hit the 1357. Yep, WZ is there, man. I knew it. It's fine. HE doesn't pen. I wanted to shoot the HE just so I could see if it splashed or not. Then he got spotted as soon as I took the shot. Maybe we, like, bounced him one time or something? I don't know. That's just knowledge, guys. Taking blind shots at places where people passive scout, you know? So... I want to say this guy probably returned. Not getting lit, though. G-Source here. I don't like it when someone else comes here, but I don't blame them because it's like, where else do you go? And then they do this to you. They like literally just shove up right against you because the bunker's only so big. You know what I mean? Like you can only do so much in this area. All right. I'm going to start running away from here. That's what I normally do once there's no one left here. Like this. Because I don't like to press the field. I don't. It's just, I'm very uncomfortable pressing the field. It depends. Like, I'll press it sometimes if our guys are really pushing in here, but we're not winning. So I'll usually come back to here. Like, people like to mess around in this field area, man. I'm not a fan of it. I'd rather come back here and just, like, kind of defend. I'm not good at this map, I will admit. Like, I'm really... Like, this map is not one of my favorites. But, like, I'll do stuff like this. Yeah, I'll do stuff like that. And then we'll support the stir. I'm going to come all the way through like this. There's a lot of guys in this whole area right here. Kind of just support the stir, maybe. If I can get, like, right here. And we'll support this guy. I'll try to. Okay, clean up him. I'm going to throw out an F7. There's a lot of people in this area. Okay. Just going to sit here and wait. See what happens. I think some of these guys will push in at some point. And then we're just going to have to be really fancy with how we back into the bushes here, because if we get spotted here, we're kind of SOL. You could also dive into this water because it's low, you know. The LT-432 has a good profile, so it's really good for, like, running away and stuff. Because you can doink shells even when you're not intending to. So. We're kind of in defense mode. I mean, we could try and spot the field. It's like, which one do you spot at this point, you know? This game's kind of weird too, man. Like, all three of these games have been very interesting. They're not like my typical games, man. They're really not. But it's like, what's typical, you know? Okay, RHM and WZ there. I don't want to move yet. I know the Nomad's going to be in trouble, but I don't want to move just yet because we still have a lot of other guys that are unaccounted for here. Astron's there now too, though. Do I want to help this guy? Gosh, dude. I hate this. Nice. Okay, I think we want to be like... Oh, WZ came out of nowhere. Get low. This guy came out of nowhere, man. Holy crap. See if I can outspot this guy. Like this, maybe? I don't know where this guy went. I don't know where else I can put myself to be useful right now. I'm gonna come back here. There's bushes right here that I like to poke at, but there's kind of a gap here, and I'm not liking it. Based on where the Z was last spotted, WZ. Okay. This WZ's a good player, man. He repositioned very nice. Man. I don't think I played this well either, man. But they took the whole map, right? Like, we were in defensive mode, so... Hellcat drowns. Interesting. Okay. That takes care of the biggest threat. I will stay low, stay low, stay low. I've never done like any of this stuff before, by the way, guys. I'm just kind of like winging this. I'm not really sure where to put myself. Trying to give the UDES some support. Here's the Astron. I'm trying to get like some sort of angle where I can get back to hard cover, which would be like going into here. I'm gonna load this for the Astron. Okay, that's a really good arty player too. He noticed the tree knockdown, or noticed me knocking down the tree earlier. Scorpion. I have the HP. So I tell you guys, conserve your HP, man. Like, we could have used it earlier, or we can use it now. Okay. This turned out to be a decent game, man. You see, you guys, you gotta stay alive, man. You gotta stay alive, because like a game that looks like it's gonna go to shit can sometimes turn into you kind of carrying it and you feel good about yourself. We have 5 kills. I mean, this is a good game. The UDES played well too. He stayed alive. We tried our best to support him. I have mod config. Where is this guy? There he is. It's all you, man. It's all you, my man. He's trying to run. Okay, GG's, man. There you go. So, even by stats, it wasn't a tremendous game. 2,200 combined, maybe. But I think we stayed alive and did what we had to do, man. 2,300 combined. 2,200 and some change, I think. But I think that was bad. We'll play one more, man. But that was a really close game. It came down to be a really close game at the end, right, guys? And we did some blind damage. I mean, not every game is going to be pretty, and again, I'm no Ayuxin, I'm no Kaizu, I'm no Unicum player, guys. 57% win rate, right? At an average tier level, because I just did my W&8 video, I don't know when you guys will see that, but at an average tier of around 7, right? So, like, I'm a good light tank player, I'm not great, I'm not phenomenal, right? I make a lot of mistakes, I miss a lot of things on the map sometimes, I'm not a perfect player, but if you stay alive, you know, it can pay off. It can certainly pay off. It's always better, in my eyes, to do a lot less at the beginning of the game and make up for it at the end of the game, like we did there, than to die at the beginning and then you're watching the game and you're like, fuck, man, I could have been alive here and I could have flanked this person and we could have won the game. So, hindsight is 20/20, but example A of why I tell you guys to conserve your HP. Alright, what I always like to do is keep my spotting set up on Mannerheim line from this spawn. I kind of like the other spawn more because I feel like north kind of has an advantage. I like to come to this rock up here. It's like right here in this area to counter what I'm doing. But this is a nice spot because you can come up like this. And the hope is that you'll catch people going across like this. It doesn't happen every single time, but usually I get at least someone. There's a bush that just went down right there. We have 752. We have the star one. We'll go for that. Yeah. Risky going up to take another shot. And you get the spotting too, right? Because usually you'll have TDs sit back behind you. The Kanonen is back there. Just making sure I don't get hit by this XM6, whatever. This is a really dumb play, in my opinion, by the Sta. I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Just got lit on fire. LT-432 is there. We gotta watch this, too. These guys poke a little more. What are you doing, my man? Coming for me? You're dead. What was that, man? Does this guy know me or something? Who is this guy? We have a tourist. Oh, okay. Not the 752 though. I'm not gonna deal with that. Okay, time to go. We'll take one in the butt, I guess, from this guy. How did I get lit on fire with modified configuration? How does that work? And it was on. The modified configuration was on. So, like, what happened there? Did modified config just not work? Also, I didn't know the 752 had, like, an autoloader or whatever that was. Okay, I'm really confused on that one. Someone's going to have to explain this to me, because that's the first time I've ever been lit on fire running modified configuration in the LT. We got lit on fire. So, like, what? I don't... Did we get ammo racked and lit on fire at the same time, and it only procced for one of them? Like, is that possible on that one shot? Because that was the first shot I took all game. So that was really interesting, man. And also very rare that you get pressed there. As soon as I saw the 752, I should have ran. That was my mistake. We had nobody in the north either. Really dumb play on my part. We should have just ran away. Yeah, really weird session, but I don't... What happened there? Because I've never been lit on fire, and if we didn't get lit on fire, we would have been able to get away, I'm pretty sure, from this guy. And live to fight another day. But this is the problem with the LT-432, and why I tell you guys in the first place to run modified configuration. I just don't know what happened there, because I've literally never been lit on fire in, like, hundreds and hundreds of battles with the modified config. But anyway, we'll just ignore this game, and we'll call our session the first three. This is a really weird session for me, guys. Like, arguably one of the worst sessions that I think I will share to you guys on YouTube, but I'm going to show you it nonetheless because this is the reality of the game, right? Like, this is what happens to me. Sometimes I just have really weird games that I'm not able to adjust to well. We played really well in the T-52 and the T-21 today. We 3-marked them both, so I'm pretty happy with the way today went, but this is a really weird session with some weird games, and we got lit on fire, and, like, what the heck, man? I don't know what's going on here, but with the being lit on fire. But the first three games, guys, 1,064 average damage and 676 assist. It is what it is, man. I think we played it as good as we could have. I think the only big mistake I made was definitely at the end of our session here and not running away earlier from the 752. I didn't think the 752 was going to push that hard, honestly. I thought he was going to get into that little dip, like under the hill there, and just poke or whatever. But he kept going, and I was like, what the heck? Very interesting. But luckily we got some spotting from it, and that's all, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this session. I hope you can learn from my mistakes, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care of yourselves until then. Bye-bye.